Hi everybody, it's Tammy from Frou-frou Studio, and today we're back to work on this little ring-bound Christmas journal that we started last week. I have been working on it a little bit in the meantime, and so I'll show you where I've gotten to so far, and then we're going to create a piece of ephemera today to go in the journal. First of all, I apologize for this video being released a little later in the weekend than I normally do my weekend ones, but I got tied up doing some other things, and this is the first opportunity that I have had to film the video. For those of you that were with me last year, you'll remember, or may not remember, but I participate in a charity event here locally where the company that I work for donates to this event. And basically what it is it's a big Christmas display. They call it Fantasy of Trees, and it opens the day after Thanksgiving and runs through the weekend, and it raises money for the local children's hospital. And what they do is they solicit donors to come in and decorate either a 7-foot Christmas tree or a platform, which is a, kind of like a total room decoration, or little mini trees that are, are 2 or 3 foot tall. They do wreaths, and they also do like storefront displays, like if you were, in New York or somewhere, and you were walking down the street to look in, the storefronts. And the company that I work for does one of the storefront displays, and I do that every year. And so a lot of my time around this time of year until this coming Saturday are dedicated to getting things ready for that. So I've been kind of working on that and unfortunately this week it has to take precedence because I have the deadline of Saturday when I have to go and set everything up. So if my videos are delayed, I do apologize, but that is why, is because I have another commitment that I have to make. But on with the video. So this is where I am at with this little ring-bound journal. This is how the cover ended up with the cabinet card on the front. And then you'll remember that we did the tissue paper in the last video, went through the journal and put down our tissue paper on the different pages. And so this has got the tissue paper background on the scrapbook paper scrap, and then I just embellished it with some lace and some that poinsettia die cut. This is a rub-on that I put on the actual card, and then I did some little buttons and lace down here. So that's how the front cover turned out, and I think it turned out really cute. On this first page, and I'm using a lot of digitals in here that I know that I'm not going to remember as I'm flipping through it. And so when I post the video, I will list all of the digitals that I'm using in the description box. So if you see something that you like and you want to go get it, you can. So I did this little guest check digital pocket here, and just stuck a couple of little Tim Holtz cards down in there, journaling cards. And then this is one of the Tim Holtz paper dolls from the Christmas set. And I just left it unglued so that you could, you could have put even more stuff in there, whether it be pictures or, Christmas memories, whatever. And then over here, I made this little card. This is a digital, and it's got some just washi in-book page on it. And this is made out of a piece of scrapbook paper from a book that I got at Hobby Lobby a couple years ago. And it's like a book of plaids. That's all that's in it, is different Christmas plaids. Again, just a scrap piece that I made a pocket out of. And then in behind is our computer punch card that we put the Tim Holtz paper on. And then I stamped it, you know, with the 25. And this is a little sticker up here. And then if you flip it over, this is a rub-on here. And then this is one of my vintage cards, advertising cards. And I just paper clipped it on there. Okay, here we have a little tag that has a couple little Tim Holtz winter paper dolls on. And I used some embossing to kind of bring out some gold highlights, so that I could use these little gold buttons and this little scrap of crocheted doily and lace, and that has gold in it. And then I just put, you know, some from the Tim Holtz Christmas sticker on there. And it has just scrapbook paper is what the base of that tag is. And then to hold it in, I just wrapped a piece of Siri silk. I cannot spit my words out today. Sorry silk around it and tied a knot and just made, you know, just a really simple little kind of belly band kind of thing to tie in the green and just tie that up. And then up at the top, you'll also see I added another gold button and some more of that crocheted trim on the, this is a digital as well. Okay, and then if you flip that over, this is just a piece of tea-dyed paper that I just kind of folded up. There's nothing on it. It's just plain, so you can write on it. But I did do a little rub-on right here that says making a list. And I just stuck that down in the back. And this back piece was a piece of file folder. Is that one. Okay, on this one, we have our tissue paper that we put in the background. And for this one, I just added her, which she's also in the Tim Holtz Christmas set. And then because I added this postcard on the back, I used some washi tape and this little tag just to cover up the back of that postcard and give it a little more color. And I may end up stamping something here, but those of you that have followed me for a while, you know I do my stamping at the end once I get everything in place. And then on this side, like I said, this is one of Rachel's Roxy Creations postcards. I do know that. And I just put some plaid behind it. And this was the vintage math card. I attached a tag to my little index divider and left a tuck here. So that's going to be that, and that'll need to be decorated. And then here's our envelope. And we'll have to decorate the back of that and also make a big journaling card or something to go inside to stick out the pocket. This is another piece of file folder that'll have to be decorated. This is where we're going to work today. This is a tag that I just glued on our little card that we put our tissue paper on. And it's just a scrapbook paper that I had. And on the back side, again, this is a digital, and I just covered the back of that card with the digital and a little bit of book page, and I put a tab at the top. And then the rest we still have to work on. So you can see there's still quite a bit to do. So like I said, this is where I want to work, and so I'm going to show you what I have made for that. Let me take all these things out. Okay, I have made this little pocket out of brown paper bags, and I'm going to show you roughly how I constructed it. And I'm going to put it here and glue it on, and I'm not going to worry that it's, you know, hanging over the edge. As a matter of fact, I prefer that. So we're just going to glue that on there, and then we're going to embellish this page as well. But let me show you first how I made this. This is 2 of these little bags that are 4 inches by roughly 6.5 inches, including this little tab up at the top. So all I did is the first bag is in its entirety. The second bag, I came down and I just eyeballed it, guys. I didn't do any measuring or anything like that, but I came down to what I thought was a good length, and then I folded it up to meet the edge of the back bag, like that, okay? And then I took my decal trimmer and I trimmed off just this little piece, and I'll do it with scissors just to show you. So I just snipped it off. And you can do it with scissors just as well, but I wanted a rough edge because these little things have rough edges. Okay, so now what you have, if you flip this up and you glue it on here like this, and when you glue it on, you're going to glue just the sides and the bottom, because that's going to give you a pocket, a pocket, a pocket, a pocket, a pocket, and you could even do another pocket behind. So it gives you several pockets that you can load with whatever kind of ephemera that you want to. So not only will this look cute in a journal, it would be a real cute little happy mail or a little gift for somebody. You could make these up for Christmas and actually, you know, put some little things in there, and then, you know, put a gift card or something in there. I think that would be real cute. So, back to the one that's already made. So, mine, you know, I have a pocket, 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 a pocket, a pocket, and so forth. All right. Now, because of my overall aesthetic for the page that we're going to do, I don't mind that the paper bag is the color of the paper bag. And so I'm not going to do a lot of decorating as far as covering up all this paper bag stuff, but you could use any kind of papers or stamping, you know, whatever you wanted to decorate this bag. But you'll see once it comes together that it looks pretty cute just as a paper bag. So the first thing I want to do, though, is I want to address this card. And I did go ahead and put in my rings just so I could keep the journal together. But that's one good thing about working with a ring journal, is that you can take it apart and put it back together again as you're working on the pages. So we're going to take this out because I'm going to get this background done first. We'll move this over here for the moment. All right, I picked this paper, which is in that plaid pack from Hobby Lobby. And let me see, it's laying here on the floor. It's called Plaid Tidings. And like I said, this is Paper Studio, Hobby Lobby. I don't know if it's still available. I got it, you know, 2 or 3 years ago, when it was 50% off, of course. But it just has all kinds of plaids in it. And I still have several pieces left, so I thought, why not use some of it? And I picked this one. I think it looks kind of like a woven scarf kind of thing. And so I'm going to completely cover this with this, I believe. Because there's not going to be a lot of it showing, but I want there to be a background for my other pieces. So I'm just going to roughly trace around this. So I hope everybody's having a good weekend. I am freezing my hiney off. It is very cold here today, and it wouldn't be so bad except for, you know, Friday it was 70-something degrees, and now it's like in the 40s, and it's just the, you know, it's the sudden change. Your body just, my body doesn't adapt to cold weather anytime, but it, especially when you go have such drastic changes, it doesn't like it. I just can't get warm. And yesterday was so yucky. It rained all day, which we needed the rain, so I'm not gonna fuss at that so bad. But it was cold and rainy, and even though I was inside, I just could not get warm. Could not. I think it was in my mind, but I didn't like it. All right, so that's going to work with that. So let's get some glue on the back of that. And I'm going to use our glitter glue just because I think it'll dry quicker and we can move on faster. And it won't warp the page as bad either as if I put a glue stick on there. And I'm going to move through this fairly quickly because there's a lot of pieces to it. And so if you have questions about anything that I'm doing in this, please reach out and I'll be glad to answer them for you. There's nothing difficult about it, but I may forget to mention where I got something, or, you know, something like that. And like I said, I'll link all my digitals in the description box, because I do have some new ones, and I tried to look for some that I really liked that I didn't feel like every other person was using. That's a hard thing sometimes, because some of these ladies, their digitals are awesome and everybody buys them, but the thing about it is, then when you do your makes, they all look the same. So I try to, you know, patronize some of these other digital artists out there and find something that is a little bit different than what other people are using. So and I could be wrong. You guys could already have the ones that I have. Alright, so let's ink around that and redo our holes. And we'll address the other side of this card when we get to that particular spread. So I'm not going to worry about the other side right now. I had to flip that over because I just had this bad thought. Oh, did I do the right side? But I did. I just cannot believe that it's almost Thanksgiving and Christmas. Already again. I have some of these that I did with just red and green distress ink. You know, I think I might use the red ones. This might be cute. And, you know, that, to be honest, that's, you know, thicker paper and it's going into cards. Look at me tear that one up. Going into cardstock. And so, these really aren't needed other than they look really good. So if you don't have hole reinforcers, don't worry about it because it's not a functional piece in this case because our background is plenty sturdy enough to handle the stress of being bent back and forth on those rings. Okay, so there's our background. Let's stick those back up there. And like I said, we're going to mount our bag right about like that. You know, so kind of even to the top and bottom. And you could do, I mean, you could bring it over here if you wanted and poke holes in there. Again. But you'd still have to glue it because you're not going to get enough, you know, you're not going to get enough of the hole. And actually, I could do that. I think that's what I'm going to do. So, I'm going to glue. Let me put this here. Let me put my glue here. I'm going to put my glue on the big piece instead of trying to put it on the back of the bag. So much for those little red hole reinforcers I put on there, huh? That's what we do as journalers. We do and cover up and do again, don't we? Alright, I'm gonna do this again. Do this one more time. If I can get it through there now. May have to use crocodile. It did it, but it didn't like it. Okay. All right. So now there's our bag on there. Now let's start filling it up. Now, I do want to put something here. And I think I'm going to put this little poinsettia here, I believe is what I had to put here. Yes. Okay, so do you guys say poinsettia or do you say poinsettia? It's a debate, isn't it? That Christmas flower. And I might put a little bit of washi behind there. I have one that has green and red. Let's do a little bit of this behind there. Like across that, where the bag, the bottom of the bag seam is. Just to kind of make that look a little nicer. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to put this little card on here. I may have to use our glitter glue on that. All right, and then this little toy definition. Here. Like that. And that's, I may do something here, but that's all I'm going to do really to the bag, because I think by the time that we get it filled up with everything I'm going to put in there, it's going to have enough decoration on its own without having to worry about putting anything else on there. So for the pockets, I'm going to put in these little shaker cards that I made last week. There is a video for these. I believe it was I saw it on Pinterest. May have been the week before. I can't remember, but they are in my playlist for I saw it on Pinterest. So I'm gonna put one of those here. And I'm going to put one of those. No, I want them here, I think. Here. All right. And then in the back pocket, I made this little tag. And I didn't really do anything to it. I put it on a piece of file folder, and I put this little piece of ribbon in the top of it, which matches the ribbon that's on our front cover. And I'm going to put it in here. Okay. And then I have these little tickets and for different things. This one says sleigh ride, and these are all in the same digital that I will link in the box. This one says free admission, and I'm going to put it here, I believe. And then this one says Santa's Workshop, and I'm going to put it in that front little pocket. All right, cute, huh? So that takes care of this side of the journal. So if we bring our journal back, and put our page back in. Sometimes these things I just cannot, there we go, get them to cooperate with me. I'm sure it's operator error. And put our page back in here. So as of right now, this is what we have. We have this on this side, and we have this on this side. So now we need to address this side and finish it so that it goes with, you know, ties everything together. So to do that, I'm going to take this out, and we're just going to worry about the front side right now. And I'm going to bring my paper back in here. And then I also have this digital. And I'm pretty sure this one is Tailor-Made Journals, but I'm not going to swear to it. But I want to use a little bit of this. Actually, I think I want to use Jingle Bells, because that's what's on the tag on the other side. And it won't really matter because I'm going to kind of tear it up anyway, but all right. All right, so what I have for over here is I have this little number that I'm going to put up here. And then I have this, and this I know is Tailor-Made Journals. And then I have this little girl that's a fussy cut. And I have this little tag that says Christmas. So what I want to do is incorporate this Jingle Bells and a little bit of this paper to bring in the green so that we can tie it together. For example, you know, this will be here. So we need to tie this green into over here a little bit. So if I take a piece of this, and I don't want to cover up all my cool numbers and stuff in the background. That we did with our, by putting our you know, that stuff, tracing paper down. Then I'm going to take a piece of this music and put behind her because she looks like she's dancing. Just to put something else on the tag. And then we need something to go behind that little Christmas thing, and I've got some little lacy kind of things. So, all right. So let's start by kind of pulling this together. I don't want that to be that square at the top. Okay, I'm going to put that there. I might put the number here. Nope, I think I'm going to bring this more down here. Yep. All right, so I'm going to put this on. Ink this up. And I'm using art glitter glue, guys, just because it's quicker to me than using a glue stick. By the time you try to use a glue book and all that kind of stuff. Oh, and a little tip for fussycutting. This particular little girl, of course, this pot in here was white. If you have an instance like that and you have a point in your, what you're fussycutting, that you have a really small area where it's connected, for example, her hands were connected to that skirt, go ahead and cut through that, because it makes it a whole lot easier to get in here and get this little white part. And then when I glue this down, you're not going to ever be able to tell that I cut that with scissors to get in there. But it's going to look exactly the same, and you're going to get a much cleaner cut, you know, of this inside part if you do that. So that's just a little tip, and you may already know that, but in case you didn't, that's Tammy's tip of the day for what it's worth, anyway. All right, so I'm going to bring this down as far as I can without covering the little hole. I'm going to lose the little tip off her hat, but I'm okay with that. It's still going to give. And actually, let's just redirect it. Because we can do that. There we go. Oops. Might need some more glue to do that. But we can do it. Nobody knows but us, right? There we go. And then I want to take this Christmas. No, because my numbers are going up there. And I might put some of this green behind that. Or I might use something else. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, I think it needs that green. And I'm also going to put foam tape behind it to make it stand up a little bit. And then as usual, I'm going to struggle for the next 30 minutes getting the back off this. There we go. Don't want it there. Because I don't want to cover her feet. I need to put some glue right there. And then we have this number. I'm going to put right there, I believe. And then to take some of the sharp corner off, right here, I'm going to put a piece of this music. And I'm going to immediately take that off and turn it upside right. There we go. And then I think I'm going to put, I need a green element down here, another green element. Right there, I believe. And I may do the same thing as the top ones, or I could do some washi. Okay, let's see how we're looking with our other page. That will give me a good idea. So if we put this back in here. I'm actually pretty happy with that. I do feel like that we need some of that music down here. Just a tad. If I can get it. Yeah, that's better. My first piece was too square. That's why I retore it. Okay, now I have this washi that has the green. And I'm going to kind of put it as an angle right there so it makes it look like that I have taped that on there. Yeah, like that. And then I feel like that we need maybe another number right here. But I may hold off on that and make it a stamp. Because I think it needs to be something black to tie in. And then whatever I do on the back of this envelope in this particular area that's exposed needs to match what we have going on. Not match, but go with or you know what I'm saying. what I'm trying to say. Not very successfully. Now, I wonder, and I need something to put on that too. I'm looking to see my little scrappy pieces here. It's just a little piece of cheesecloth. No, I think it needs to be red. Just a little piece of lace. Maybe a little red button. I don't know if I have a red one over here. Is that red? No, that's hot pink. A white one. What can I do to bring in the red? I could use another piece of that ribbon. I think all my red buttons are too big. Excuse me as I dig through my huge mess. Oh, I've got these little candy things. That would be kind of cute. See. Can I Let's do that. We'll clamp that down for a minute. And then, can I get a bulb pin through here? Let's hang. Some jingle bells on there. Oh, come on, it's not that difficult. Obviously, for me, it is today. Are you laughing at me? I'm laughing at me. Okay, now let's hook our page back. Should be set enough that I can take that off. Okay. Really cute, guys. I think it turned out really cute. I hope you guys like it. Like I said, when we go on to the next page, we will decide how we're going to, what we're going to do there, you know, to kind of tie it in. For example, you know, if I were to pick this paper to decorate the next one, you know, how is that going to look? And it actually looks kind of cute. How is it going to look, you know, as a whole when it's open? Same with the back of this envelope. Although you can't see a lot of it, you can see some of it. So we want to make sure we're not doing anything too clashy. I don't mind a little clashy, but I don't want it to be, you know, ridiculous. So that's it. That's our layout for today. I'm really excited about how it's coming along, and I hope you guys are liking it too. Let me know in the description box if you like the way this is going. And, you know, hopefully I can film another video real soon with some more of the page layouts. But, you know, if I am a little bit later this week than usual with my videos, just hang with me. They are coming. I just have to work them in where I can. So until Tuesday, which will be as usual for Marguerite Miller because I've already filmed it. And Thursday, I saw it on Pinterest. It will be on time as well because I have already filmed it. So, excuse me, I am trying to get ahead and get some some things already done, so they can go on like they're supposed to. So, the one really in question is the one for next weekend, but we'll see how it goes. And like I said, until then, I hope everybody has a great week, and we will see you on Tuesday.